Hey everybody, welcome to Dungeoneered episode 4. I'm Jeremy. This is the show that highlights all the player-made dungeons and houses in EverQuest II, made by you guys. Today is going to be sort of a grab bag. I'm going to show off some... We're just going to look through and find some that look interesting, and it also highlights some other things I wanted to talk about. So let's get started. This is the dungeon maker. I just brought it up. I didn't do anything special with it. I like to look through style, either style recent or style overall. Action, I think these one room 52 mark kind of advertisements, I think they fill up both action and style, but I think they tend to fill up action more than style. I think hitting style, you tend to get a little bit more of... I mean, see, you're still getting these advertisements for the quick reward runs. But let's go through layer of scale. Under style overall, we can see the top one here, Dark Harmony 2. So let's, that looks pretty interesting. They got top in action, top in style. You can't beat that one. They got a couple more rewards here. Paradise Manor. Dark Harmony 2. I'm leaning towards that just because it's got the most likes. I thought we'd do layer of scale, and then in other episodes we can run down through some other designs, dungeon designs, so we can kind of treat it like, you know, like in categories. So let's go ahead and do this one. Dark Harmony 2. That sounds like a cool one. Layout 1. I think layout 1 is the smallest layout. It's the one with the or maybe not. Check the map. Nope, it's not the smallest one. It's one of the other ones. Okay. I like the Void Stalker. I just always stuck on Void Stalker. So what do we've got going on here? So far this looks like the typical, the default settings for the decorations. Because all the designs come pre-decorated with some stuff, like these flower plants here. The weapon racks over there. Moonlight. So let's go tag Moonlight. Say what's up. This may be mainly just bosses. The way the creator put the put the bosses in the layout, or on the mobs. So what I'm trying to say, more so than actually messing around with furniture decorations. I was kind of hoping for the furniture side, but fluffer. Dark Harmony 2. Door tank. Seems like they gave each mob an individual name so far. Oops. Side, Delio, Furnace. You gotta be careful doing just a grab bag kind of run to a dungeon. That's why I usually like to look ahead and do a bit of browsing and sorting out exactly what kind of a dungeon I want to go through. Doesn't seem to have any of these mobs affected by effect objects. They seem to be fairly easy, a group of 3 of them. What do we got? Grey Ghost, Queen Elizabeth, Captain Mike. I wonder if this is supposed to, if Dark Harmony 2 is like a movie or something. I don't know. I was looking through some others and saw one for this layout that Pixie Wrath had done, but it was sort of like a just a token run one. I'm like, oh man, like I didn't think Pixie Wrath would make like a token run. And then I got into it, and it is hardcore. I mean, it makes me think that that people who are really into the aesthetics of things, like the dungeons and housing here in EverQuest II, that if they wanted to decide on you know, just token run side or just reward side, you know, normally you have that divide. You have a divide where people care, you know, people are role players, people care about the, you know, the dungeons, and wow, I'm getting stunned to death here. And then other people just care about the rewards, and they don't care about the dungeon stuff, right? So you got that little divide. But I think, you know, I think it's a testament what Pixie Wrath did. I think what it does is it highlights the fact that people who care enough to put that much work and that much effort into decorating probably would put that much work and that much effort into something if they cared about rewards. And Pixie Wrath's token run dungeon is exactly that. She puts people to she or he. I keep saying she. I don't really know. I think it's a he. But they put people to shame. The people that want to make good token runs, that want to min-max, you know, min-max only rewards. I think that's a poster child dungeon Pixie Wrath did that says, hey, you know, take this, and did this token run dungeon that's just immense. I think it ends up giving you well over 1,000 tokens by the time you get done. Like literally, like you can get maybe even like 1,500 or more. I can't remember. Just insane. And the way it's made out had to be insane. It was in this dungeon. They had to make separate floors to hold more groups, and because they had to really pay attention and really care about where all the mob groupings went, because that's the only way for Pixie Wrath to get that many mobs to fit, and make sure to test it. What am I doing here? To make sure that it was actually doable, you know. I'm gonna die here. Oh no, I'm stunned. Yeah, I think I'm done for. I wasn't paying attention. So I got cocky thinking, oh, this is gonna be an easy run. But yeah, I think in some cases the people, you know, don't make fun of decorators. Don't say, oh, that's, you know, oh, geez, that's so unmanly or girly, or that's so, you know, stupid. You know, it's not hardcore caring about fighting and, you know, and caring about, you know, min-maxing and being tough and stuff. You know, it just seems like it just throws, you know, it throws a wrench in that kind of mentality and philosophy, because people who care about you know, making something, if you give them an idea of like, hey, why don't you make this, that would be a dungeon that maximizes reward gain. Well, Pixie Raz went crazy with it. Took out those wolves first here, so plus we already had some cleaned out. Let's see, Belgorod. Belgorod, I think, is from a series of books, isn't it? Belgorod was a magician, or like a super magician from a series of fantasy novels I have, and I can't remember the author's name. It's a really great series of books. The other names here in this group I don't recognize. Oop, okay, they did that sneaky thing. Hiding behind the corners. Oh boy. They must have been on a do these things de-aggro? I don't think they do. Oh, I wiped twice. Not good, not good. There's also a little bit of news for EverQuest II fans. This weekend, actually, today is Saturday, but for the rest of today and Sunday and Monday, I believe, is... Where did I go? Is Double Experience Weekend, Memorial Weekend, Experience Weekend, however you want to word that. Joe, Iconium, and Mesbia. Now I think they've definitely added effect objects on a bunch of these mobs we've run into because they've been doing a lot of stunning. It seems like they just kept all the default furniture, which I'm wondering why this got so many likes. No, I mean, no offense to the creator, it's not bad. I mean, obviously there's groups of threes, and there's obviously the groupings and the individual mobs were placed, you know, they weren't just randomly haphazardly placed. But at the same time, it just seems like there's no flavor text, no extra decorating, I don't think. Maybe they added those two things in there. They did seem to name all these mobs, so that's something. Backtrack just a little bit to clear out any mobs I missed through this passageway. He stunned me. Now some of the mobs do have stun as like a base attack, but it just seems like an awful lot of these have been stunning me, so I'm guessing they added that ability, I'm guessing. Alright, let's get back going towards the end here, up the steps. Oh, see? Surprise attack. Oh shoot. I just aggroed the big guy. Fella there. It should be okay though. Yeah, the tab targeting is like half glitchy. It's just partly like, I don't know. It's not 100%. They are working on making it so your actual characters can play these dungeons, so that's going to be really interesting. I think that's really going to open up the Dungeon Maker big time. Light. I don't know, maybe I'm spoiled on Pixie Wrath's dungeon and a couple other players' dungeons that just did a mind-blowingly awesome job with the decorations, with the flavor text, creating a story, and just, I mean, you have to go back and watch some previous week's videos that I made. Go back and look at like last week's. I think it was last week's or the week before when I did. It's like called Kel Stacks, I think. It's one of those Mayan type names, hard to pronounce, but it's by Pixie Wrath. It's just amazing. What we got here? Now this looks like some decoration going on here. See, there is some care and attention, I think, to some of this. There's some slugs walking in the hallway there. Heal up and get our mana so we can fight these slugs. Angel Sword and Bailey. I'm trying to figure out if there's a rhyme to the reason for them, their names. Stunned again. Rooted, I guess you'd call it. Brantley and Blackett. People love this. Have surprise attacks hidden behind the corners. This one's name I can't quite. That's that skeleton's butt. That's great. Okay, that's a boss, I believe. Yeah, Thedarknights. Take that. Now maybe there is an off chance that they did put flavor text in here and it's just not triggering, because that's a bit glitchy too. Beast. Here. He does have a lot of mobs on walking paths, which is very, very cool. You don't see that a lot, actually. And oh, look at this. I'm kind of glad I paused to talk about that, because I probably would have went in to kill a skeleton and had him aggro me, and then I probably would have wiped again. But it is kind of neat. I do like this. Dark Unitar. That guy's doing the jig. Sometimes they glitch like that, and once you move or attack, sometimes it gets them out of it like that. Last video. Nearing the end. Oh, got some rats. Lady Cake. Maybe these are names of guild members. Who's this here? I'm gonna leave that alone. Okay, looks like we went through the entire thing. Well, it's not like I was hoping for, and I might be a little spoiled from the last couple weeks' videos, which you should really go back and look at, because I highlighted some amazing dungeons, one by Pixie Wrath, and then one by Contesha. So both of them are amazing. I'm gonna let this one go. I wish they still had the 5-star rating system, because then I'd give them a rating. I mean, it might not be as good a rating as I'd give someone else, but you'd get a rating. You know, this way it's like you either thumbs them up or don't thumbs them up at all. So I'm not sure how I like that. I mean, they changed it a while ago, and they have never changed it again. So I'm guessing they're going to stick with this. I got 39 dungeon marks for that. Cool. That's all right. It took a little while to get through it for the dungeon marks. That one's going to be a toughie because the person may not really care. There's going to be many dungeons where a person just doesn't care. I'm wondering if they got. I wonder if the names of the mobs really are guild member names, and perhaps they had all their guild members, fellow guild members, run the dungeon, and they all rated it good, and so maybe that's why. I mean, it isn't bad, so I definitely believe that other people would give it a good rating. Yeah, I think I'm a little spoiled from the previous dungeons, Pixie Wrath's dungeon and Contesha's. They did such an amazing job. So check that out. If you want to get a hold of me, you can find me on Twitter, Jeremy_Stratton, and my blog Just One More. Those will be in the comments below, and I'll also be reposting this on my blog that you might want to check out, because I always post up additional different information along with the embedded video. So it's not just a straight copy. You'll actually, plus if you want to hear more MMORPG news and just read my ramblings, you can read that all on my blog. And this comes out every Friday. This was a day late this week, I apologize, but Dungeoneered comes out every Friday, and also this Sunday you might want to tune in, check out the Tellin' Times, all about Vanguard, Saga of Heroes. So I'll see you next Friday.